Hi everyone, I'm Kelly with thesuburbansoapbox.com, and today we are making royal icing. This is the icing that you see on the beautiful sugar cookies that actually gets hard, and you can stack your cookies and you have to worry about the color smearing. So if you're artistic or not and you want to make some fabulous sugar cookies, this is the recipe for you. To begin your royal icing, all you need are 3 ingredients. So you'll need raw eggs. So we're just gonna use the egg whites in this recipe, and then you can use your egg yolks to make like creme brulee or something, or ice cream. That would be a good way to use them too. Powdered sugar, you'll need about 4 cups, and some vanilla. If you wanna flavor your royal icing with something other than vanilla, you can use any other flavored extract, like a lemon or an orange or coffee is also excellent too. So for this recipe specifically, we're using vanilla. So you need 4 ounces of egg whites. So we're going to separate our eggs, and we're just gonna measure out the egg whites in a measuring cup until it reads about 4 ounces. And it's usually around about 5 large eggs. It really depends. So that's why it's important to measure them out. And that's it. So 4 eggs, 4 ounces, and we're ready to go. Now that you have your 4 ounces of egg whites, we're going to put it into the bowl of a stand mixer. You can certainly do this in a regular bowl with a hand mixer. Definitely highly suggest a whisk attachment because we're going to be beating your egg whites until they're light and fluffy and white and stiff peaks have formed. It's gonna take some doing, and that's why I love the stand mixer. You can do it by hand, but also you're gonna need some muscle if you're gonna do it by hand. Lift that up and turn it on high. When your eggs start to get a little bit frothy, we're gonna add the vanilla. Once your egg whites are starting to get frothy, we're going to turn the mixer down to low for a little bit so that we can just add our powdered sugar. And we do that so that the powdered sugar doesn't just blow everywhere, all over your kitchen. And so we're gonna add that now. So now we're gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl just to get that powdered sugar that's stuck at the top into the frosting, which is starting to come together. It's all down. And now we're gonna mix it on high. And you're gonna mix it on high speed for about 5 to 7 minutes until your frosting is like glossy and white and fluffed up. So when you lift your mixer out of the bowl, you're gonna have some really stringy pieces of frosting stuck to the mixer, but you're not gonna have the stiff peaks that you would have with whipped cream. So I'm gonna turn this on high and we're just gonna let it go until we're ready to use it. Now our frosting is done, or your icing, or your icining, whatever you call it. We're all ready to use it. So this is what it looks like. You should have a little bit of a peak, but not too much. So we're just going to scrape off that little excess because that's the piece that you wish you had when you get to the last cookie and you just don't have enough frosting left. And we're going to fill up the pastry bag with some of this icing. And then I actually have some sugar cookies right here that I made. And I'm just using a regular pastry bag with no tip. I'm just gonna snip a tiny little bit off and take one of these cookies. If you're using a pastry tip, like a icing tip, you wanna make sure it has a tiny little hole because we're going to do like a line around the edge first, and then you're gonna flood the cookie. So you wanna do the perimeter. And if you want to color your frosting, what I like to do is not the whole batch, because because obviously if you're doing Christmas cookies, you want all different colors. So I like to separate it out into different bowls, and then I'll color it with food coloring. Just mix it in with a fork until it's blended really well. And generally I'll wait for the outline to dry a little bit before I'll flood the cookie. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and flood it. So to flood it, you're just going to start drawing, just fill in all the spaces. And then you can take a toothpick and go back and get the little holes. Fill in those little holes with the chopstick. This is so easy, and it really looks super professional, and people are always impressed when you bring these cookies to a party. To get it super flat, you just shake it like that, and it's gonna settle out all of the frosting into an even layer. And at this point, you can add sprinkles, or you can add more color. So if you add another color on top of this before it dries, you can make some really amazing designs. And there you have it. Easy royal icing. How simple was that? Anybody can do this. If you like this recipe, please be sure to give me a like and subscribe to our channel. For more easy recipes, be sure to check out thesuburbansoapbox.com. Thanks again.